Well, as the streaming wars heat up, we are taking a look at the state of Hollywood right now because there's so much at play when we're seeing these huge shifts within the industry. We want to bring in Canal, who is joined by someone who knows a thing or two about some of these changes. Allie.
Thank you, Shauna. Joining me is actor Tray Chaney, a.k.a. Poot from The Wire. Tray, I know you have a lot of fans here at Yahoo Finance, but there's a lot to talk about within the space right now. I want to first start with access. The Wire debuted in 2002, but it's currently streaming on HBO Max, so you now have a whole new generation with access to that content. Have you felt that with fans and people reaching out to you saying they're just watching the show now, 20 years later?
Of course, and it's amazing to be on here with you, Allie, with Yahoo Finance. It's just a surreal moment. When I got casted for The Wire in 2002, I did not know that they were still going to be talking about this incredible show 20 years later, and now, like you said, with the social media era and, with The Wire streaming on HBO Max, so many fans every single day are coming up saying, Poot, because that's the character that I played. And they're like, I'm just watching The Wire, and it's one of the most groundbreaking, critically acclaimed shows of all time. And now 20 years later to see me back with the same team, David Simon, Nina Noble, George Pelicanos, Ed Burns, with me playing a police officer now on HBO Max's We Own the City. I play Officer Gordon Hawk. So it's like a full circle moment for me.
Definitely full circle. And I think The Wire has been praised as one of the greatest shows due to the cultural significance of the series. You guys touched on a lot of heavy topics like gun violence, crime, police brutality, a lot of things that we're going through today. So how do you think the show would be received if it debuted tomorrow as opposed to 20 years ago?
Well, The Wire was definitely before its time. And while the show was airing from 2002 to 2008, it wasn't really receiving a lot of praise. But like I said, with it being before its time and what you just mentioned, if it was to air again, like tomorrow, you would see that the same issues that's been going on that David Simon and them pointed out years ago, they're still going on today. So it was definitely relatable back then, and it's still relatable in this day and age in 2022.
And you've been in the business a long time now. I'm curious to get your perspective as an actor when it comes to NFTs, when it comes to the streaming revolution, technology at your fingertips. How have you seen all of that impact the industry as well as your work as a creative?
Well, as far as like the NFTs and the streaming industry, I was just having a conversation with an artist a couple of weeks ago. I mean, things were definitely different because I'm a hip hop artist as well. So when people had to actually go and buy CDs in the store, of course, that was, you really could see those numbers and see how many units you were really moving. But now it's right at our fingertips. You could look at your phone, you can go to Apple Music, Tidal, Spotify, and any of these sites, and it's just a stream, So it's just, with the whole NFT business and everything, it's just really changed. And it's almost like we have to adapt and adjust to the times that's going on right now.
In your upcoming film, We Need to Talk, that's been branded as a romantic comedy. I've actually written about how that genre is dead, at least at the box office right now, which I'm very sad about. So tell me how this film can help fill that void, and talk to me a little bit about the distribution, right? Because it's all digital, correct?
Yeah, it's all digital. We Need to Talk is written, produced, directed by a good friend of mine, Todd Wolf. He's out of Philly. We shot the movie in Philadelphia. And this was, a first time for me playing a video gamer. I play this video gamer, Tango Unchained, and the star of the movie is James Maslow. He plays Great Scott. And, this video gamer, he's so involved with just, being this famous guy who runs this business. But at the same time, you can see a little bit of neglect when it comes to, friends and family. I would call myself the guy that tells it like it is. I'm one of his friends that's like, look, your girl might be out there in the streets. If she told you she needed to talk today and you didn't pay her no attention, she could be running around with anybody. It's a rom-com. It's an amazing, movie. And right now it is available on all digital streaming platforms. And that's the way just like with music, that's the way that it's able to connect with more people because more people have access straight on their phone.